Hello, I am some turkey with a computer, or just turkey, and I'm going to be doing a run of Portal 2. And, start the run. Timing begins whenever the crosshair appears. So I will give a brief countdown.
You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations.
So around 3, 2, 1, and go.
Must be revived.
So Portal 2 starts out with around a 5-minute long cutscene, so that's fun. Right now we kind of just have to do what this announcer guy says. So
Look down at the floor.
just looking up and down,
Good.
enjoying this painting. And while I'm experiencing this cutscene, I might as well give an explanation of some tech that's used in this run. So kind of similar to the previous run, this run uses bee hopping. So once I'm done staring at this beautiful artwork, I will demonstrate that. So I don't really have too much space, but yeah, Portal 2 uses bee hopping, and it's very similar to other Source games, except in Portal 2 there is a speed cap.
Return to your bed.
So that means whenever we reach 300 velocity, we can't make sharp turns. So if you ever see me whenever I have to make a turn around a catwalk, I'll actually slow down because I just cannot turn. I will just go flying straight forward if I don't. So that's really the main movement. There's also wall strafing, which if you ever see me rubbing against the wall or jumping against it like this, that's just an alternative to bee hopping whenever you're next to like a railing or something, and it's pretty fast. So yeah, that's the main form of movement in this run. Here we're basically just Wheatley's gonna try and get us to speak, but this is a Valve game, so of course we've got a silent protagonist. So actually what I do here is I'm gonna spam my scroll wheel, which I have bounce jump, which also helps with bunny hopping.
Cognitive deterioration after a few months
so yeah,
of suspension.
just standing here. This cutscene kind of sucks, and I guess I'll explain another pretty important thing is that like I'd say like 75% of the levels in the game end with an elevator at the ending, and during the elevator ride there are triggers along it that check is the dialogue done, and if the dialogue's done,
Just tell me, just say yes.
then the game will send you to the next level, but it won't transition unless all the dialogue is stopped. So what we can do is with the elevators is we'll time our entry into them. So for example, in the second level of the game, the announcer guy that's speaking right now will go reintegration associate, and if we enter during the S's in associate, then the announcer will stop talking as soon as the elevator checks if all the dialogue's done, and we'll transition the level as soon as possible. So that's why we wait at the end of elevators. It's not that big of a time save, but it definitely does save some time. Like I'd say like a second for each elevator at least. So yeah, that's why we wait at the end of elevators. And here Wheatley is just absolutely wrecking all these containers. This map's called Containerhead. And fun fact, actually, my most prestigious achievement, I have the individual level world record for this map. It's really silly because I have a lot of resets, and I'm really used to playing this level. And also we start the level whenever we're doing PB attempts inside of the vault whenever the portal's about to open, because you can't lose time during this really. So normally we don't get to play this, but here in a second Wheatley's gonna slam us into this wall 3 times, and finally we can hop through and get into the vault. And what I'm gonna do is a thing called pre-hopping, and that's kind of a blanket term for whatever we jump into something and we keep our speed through it. So upon the 3rd slam, I'm gonna try and hop through here, do 2 hops, and then I'm gonna land in the vault, and hopefully I can enter a bit faster than just a normal jump into there. So that's one.
Docking station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall.
Yeah, this cutscene just drags on. And there's 2.
Almost there. Remember,
And
for a gun that makes
the run's kind of gonna start, but then there's another 50-second cutscene once we get inside of there.
hold on this.
So that's fun. And I got it. Nice. So here I'm gonna try and do a trick called toilet swoosh. This doesn't save any time. It's just something to pass the time while in here. Try and throw this clipboard into the toilet.
However, thanks to emergency
And I got it. Let's go.
testing can continue.
Yeah, nothing much else to do in here. That's actually really hard to do.
So that science,
I got that in my practice run too. I'm impressed
economic, or structural
by myself. So again, we're gonna pre-hop this portal as soon as it opens, if I time this properly.
2, 1.
And we're out. So here's a little dialogue skip.
Based testing remains an important tool for science
Do a cube throw.
in a dire emergency.
And I missed it. I went slightly too far, but it's alright. This elevator is actually really weird because I missed the dialogue skip because I went like slightly too far into the fizzler. But yeah, this is called an awkward elevator. And finally.
If you feel liquid,
So I'm gonna do actually a strat that I discovered. It's called turkey toss in this map. It's really stupid. It's like 25% consistent.
material emancipation
I'm gonna load a save if I don't get it and try it again.
inside
We can put this above the glass, and I missed it barely.
your head.
And throw that through there so we don't have to walk back.
Good.
And I think second try does actually. It's like about the same speed as walking there and placing it on there. But it does look cooler, and that is most of the importance. So here's an example of the fade thing. So
Your science
reintegration associate, and you'll hear as soon as he stops talking, it transitions.
if the earth is
So this map's called Portal Gun, and we have a small dialogue skip here. There's two versions, a really fast one, which is hard to get, and a slower one. And I'm probably gonna get the slower one, but who knows? Yeah, it's just kind of a showcase of b-hopping, and I missed that shot, so I'm gonna have to get the slower one.
That's important. Should have asked that first.
So here, Wheatley, once we walk down here,
I'm just gonna wait for you up ahead.
the announcer's gonna start talking, but Wheatley starts talking if we time it properly, and he interrupts him and saves his dialogue. And like I said earlier, transitioning the maps is normally dependent on dialogue, so that's our #1 priority for most maps. This map's called Smooth Jazz.
next test,
So here a cube's gonna fall through here, and we can shoot a portal underneath it,
almost certain death.
and hopefully
Jazz will be deployed.
it'll land on the button. We can squeeze through the door.
1.
And here we can put a portal here, and portals are very weird, and they make some things lose collision
Is now open.
that are very thin, and that door lost collision, and we could shove the cube through it, and the game's like, oh, the cube's through the door, you're soft locked, so they just open the door for us, and we're done with the level. And so what's gonna happen here is I'm gonna do a thing called a portal stand. So
Fireballs, meteorites.
first I'm gonna go down here, hit this button to activate the cube, and then I'm gonna do a portal stand, and I missed it, so I'm just letting this save.
Wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
And what I did there is I stood partially inside the portal, shot another portal, and then backed up so I could go to where I shot.
Your science personality construct.
And then I shot a portal beneath the cube, and then shot a portal out the wall, so the cube fell through and went onto the orange side of the portal, and then I shot a blue next to me so I could reach through and grab it after it fell out.
To movement through portal.
And we do the exact same route here, and then like those two glitches are very sparsely used throughout the rest of the game. I don't think there's any use for that cube thing,
Welcome.
and like there's like one use of portal stands, so
Future starts.
yeah, that's just really funny. And there we can stick a button by stepping on it in a weird way. We could activate it even though there's no cube on it.
If you are simple-minded, bold,
And this next map, we...
should not start with you. Please return to your
Sorry, I gotta listen to the dialogue.
back someone.
So normally there's this huge cutscene with Wheatley, but what we can do is there's this door that you'll see me aim at, and it's got a very, very small gap in its model,
This policy.
and
Aye, aye.
it's very precise, this lineup, but we can shoot through it and skip that entire cutscene. So we just completely leave Wheatley behind, and that's just kind of sick. And then just some more movement down here. Yeah, we just skip that entire huge section with Wheatley, and we don't gotta worry about him anymore. So So now that we've got Wheatley back, we can play this next level. The game doesn't check whether you got Wheatley or not, it just gives him to you after you beat the level. So this map's kind of bee-hopping, and then we've got one huge skip. I lost air control there. That's what I was talking about earlier, how if you go too fast you can't turn, which is super annoying for stuff like this. But it gives the game, I guess, like a unique bunny hopping mechanic.
I've just done it again.
So this is what we're gonna do is a cutscene skip called Bet's Rider. So here we're gonna hop on top of Wheatley here to get up there, and then he's gonna start raising this thing up, and there's a big invisible wall up there. But if we time our game perfectly, then we can get a huge speed boost by that was disgusting, excuse me. We can get a big speed boost by jumping and pausing. It's kind of hard to describe why that happens, but just know pausing is the only reason this works. It would not nearly work if I didn't pause here. So hopefully I can get this first try, but I can always just load a save and do it again. So yeah.
Okay, no, don't worry, I've got it. This should slow it down. No, makes it go faster.
And I did not get it first try. That's fun. Damn, we just skipped that huge invisible wall. But unfortunately, at the end of this level, GLaDOS tries to open this incinerator, and that's where the level ends. But we can't get through the incinerator just like this. We have to wait till GLaDOS opens the incinerator in the cutscene. So what happens in the cutscene, GLaDOS opens the incinerator, she talks to you for like 5 seconds, and then she drops you through. But if we stand here early, the player only moves your camera during cutscene, so my body's still here. And this incinerator, whenever she opens it, it kind of drags the player along. But if we stand on top of a clipboard, then the clipboard doesn't get dragged along, and since we're standing on it, we don't either, and we fall through and skip around 5 seconds of the cutscene. But the main thing about this glitch is that whenever you're in cutscenes in this game, the game gives you invincibility. So what happens here is, since we interrupt the cutscene, we'll keep our invincibility into the next level. So do you see that blue dot? It just fell down, which means we got it. So yeah, we are now literally invincible. We cannot die, with a few exceptions. Donate $1. I'll consider it, okay? I have the money, I just have to... Okay, I'll do it. I'll donate at least $1.
You hear that, guys? I made a joke and we're getting $1. You should match $1 single. Help a child out for $1.
True. Here, there's this trigger, and we can just go to the side of it.
We can start testing. Just
and then grab my modified portal gun. I changed the textures around a little. And now we're at the end of the level. We can just portal around.
But the important thing is you're
yeah.
with me.
There was actually a pretty big dialogue skip I did there.
To stop us from testing for the rest.
If we finish the level fast enough and get to the ending, we can skip this very like minute-long dialogue that GLaDOS normally does, and it is very nice. We don't have to listen to that. That would be super annoying. Now we're on to chapter 2. This is called Laser Intro.
Go since you killed me. But not bad.
I did not see any lasers. We can just jump to the ending there with portals.
Pace yourself though.
And
We have a lot of
we can pre-hop that elevator, which is, again, it's like pre-hopping. You just carry some speed into the elevator to enter it slightly faster than you would just holding W against it. We can squeeze through this door barely.
Cubes.
And then shoot a portal up here so we can get a portal at the ending. Shoot underneath the cube, let it fall through, shoot underneath us, grab the cube, put it on the button. I hope you caught all that.
Person. That's what it says. A
horrible
person.
There we go.
We weren't even testing for that.
Yeah, these chapter 2 levels, I don't want to say they're poorly designed, but they're very easily skippable.
Data point.
Such as this level. This is called tool lasers,
Has now validated.
and we can do a thing called laser switch glitch. So you see how there's two receptacles there? We can activate both of them
I want to congratulate you on beating the odds.
for a very small amount of time if we switch them, and the game's like, oh, both of them are activated, open the ending door, so we can just squeeze through. And this is, speaking of smooth tricks, yeah, this is probably one of my favorite levels, I'd say. So whenever you're inside of portals, the game tries to give you a little speed boost, but if we shoot a portal while inside of it, we can abuse that speed boost. Oh, of course I missed it. Okay, well that's just awesome. We can abuse that speed boost and jump straight to the ending, and that's
to go that.
skips the entire level just from one jump. Yeah, normally I hit that first try, but marathon, so can't hit anything first try. This map has so over there you'll see a button, and we can put this camera on top of the button, and that activates the ending dialogue, because the game's just like the game just checks, is there an object on the button for playing the ending dialogue. Then we can do a cube hop to get all the way over here, and
We'll be breathing the same
that
full of air for the rest.
that is like so much faster than doing intended. Because that dialogue, you heard it from like as soon as I entered the chamber until that level just ended. Like that's how long it is. We would have to wait that long as soon as we first place the cube on the button.
The wing that was made
I'm
entirely of glass.
very good at speaking.
15 acres.
Right here we can place a portal here, and then you see that platform there. We're gonna do a tricky strafe to land on there. Hopefully I get it first try. I do. And then just hit this button, and then GLaDOS is gonna drop a bunch of junk
Chambers. So sometimes they're still
over there,
standing,
and we can
smelling and being useless.
shoot portals, make sure it lands on there. Sometimes if you don't reshoot the portals there, then it misses, which is really sad.
Standing around being useless.
I almost accidentally forgot to shoot the portals. In this map, there is ending dialogue, but it's so long that it's faster to just enter as soon as possible. And there's like a failsafe trigger at the ending, and you'll hear GLaDOS barely get cut off.
Just second time just now.
And so you know how that one map had the re-portals, the little speed boost? What we can do here is we can get stuck inside of the ground
I'm sorry. I don't know why that went on.
and then reshoot a ton of portals and just get a huge speed boost and get to the ending. So again,
Member is equipped with an enhanced
a slime diamond in the chat, he loves this map. We can get stuck in the ground and then get like a bunch of chained speed boosts from there and just strafe to the ending. And then pre-hop this ending elevator. Nice. And this map, Fizzler intro, is really funny to me. And we didn't discover this route until like 2017. But you can literally
This next test involves emancipation grills.
just shoot beneath those panels to solve the puzzle.
Them in the last test area.
Just shoot through the floor. And you just solve it without even entering that room. And this map has it's going for water. Probably not. This map has a really hard dialogue skip, and you probably won't even notice it if I do it properly.
Hey, it's me! I'm okay!
Ah, of course I missed it. Fun.
Hey, it's me! I'm okay!
Okay. So what I did there is I crouched midair, and basically there's a trigger here that checks how many times you've been on that catapult, and normally you have to bounce up 3 whole times, but what we can do is we can crouch in certain ways in the air to re-trigger it, so we don't have to go through 3 times. And there I did a thing called flip shot. My head, which is where I shoot portals, was through the portal, but my body wasn't, so I could shoot a portal but not go through it. I described that poorly, but we're done with the level.
Majestic.
Bam, magic.
An eagle. Piloting a blimp.
Alright. Awkward silence. Why am I forgetting what the next map is? Is it Ricochet?
Enjoy this next.
It's Ricochet. This map is kind of sick.
It's a beautiful day.
So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna throw the cube up in the sky midair, and then it's gonna fall back through my portal, and activate this laser. So watch this.
And I'll tell you about the time I saw it.
So I land here, hits the laser, activates the panel for a split second. I grab it and then put the box behind myself, so I bounce back into it, and then go launch straight up.
See some humans.
I'd have to play like 4 times slower to me. Words are hard. I'd have to play like 4 times slower to fully explain the trick and have you understand. So hopefully I can just rush the explanation and maybe one of you will get it. This map's mostly intended though. We do have a cool little trick at the end though. By cool I mean I hate this trick, it sucks. It's called cube through glass. And you just put the cube through the glass. And it missed the button. That's why I hate it. It's super hard to get consistent.
Excellent.
And it fell off again, but I activated the ending dialogue. And now I'm in the goo, almost. This is hard.
Do you know who else?
Okay. All you need to know is that I got screwed over by that trick. This guy's named Chumby. He's awesome. Say hi to Chumby.
Nobody but you is that pointlessly cruel.
Yeah. That trick sucks, because, well, I just lost like 10 seconds to it.
Good news.
And this is probably one of the hardest maps in the game. Watch this. Okay, that was
I'm going to
weird.
laminate your
Hopefully I just fly by here.
That way future generations can learn.
We can skip that door cutscene.
Have your unfortunate bone structure.
And now we're at the ending. We can do a huge fling, grab the cube midair, and just go to the ending.
Oh, there's lots of room here.
And what I did there at the start, normally there's a huge cutscene where GLaDOS shuts that door, but if we b-hop good enough, we can skip the door closing, and that saves like 40 seconds, but it's really hard. In this map, we get introduced to turrets which shoot us, but we're invincible, so it doesn't really pose a threat. Even if I wasn't invincible though, this voice crack. We go so fast that most of the time we don't even die there. Now we're at the end of the level. And this map is another intended one. True.
I simulate daylight.
Here we just b-hop down here, and we can shoot these portals that we need inside of the elevator.
Be confused about the passage of time.
And just do... okay, I burped again, so I gotta donate again, I guess. It's $2.
You know how I'm going to live forever.
Fun.
You're going to be dead in 60 years. Well, I've been working on a balloon.
So yeah, have you guys seen the clip of CSGO where the guy like follows the fan? I always try and do that there because I think it's funny.
Technically, it's a medical experiment.
Not much to talk about in this whole. It's just intended, but with b-hopping.
That jumps.
And this is the first map where invincibility really
It's right here in.
well, it actually kind of harms us here because normally you get boosted by a turret and fly across the level, but instead we just have to walk straight in front of the turrets and grab the cube. It's like 1 second slower though, and the next level is where invincibility really helps.
A man and a woman. So that's interesting.
And I got Dane Skip. It's called Dane Skip. It's an elevator clip. It doesn't save time besides in one level, and everyone hates it. It's the worst trick in the game. It's pretty cool though.
It would spoil the surprise.
So here, we literally just hop in front of the turrets. Like, what are they gonna do? Shoot us? Nope. And here we can just activate the ending, and bam, we're done. I just find it so funny that you just hop in front of all of the turrets. Beautiful singing, GLaDOS.
It says this next test was designed by one of our.
This map's fun, and by fun I also mean I don't like this map. I don't know how. I'm like the only person to ever mess up this map, but I always mess up this map.
I bet.
So that cube always misses the button. It's annoying, but yeah, that's mostly intended. I don't think you're supposed to jump and place the cube.
All these years, I'm getting choked up. Jim.
And welcome to the worst map in the game, Column Blocker. So this is where I have to do that elevator clip that I got earlier,
Initiating supply.
and hopefully I get it first try.
One.
It sucks. It's like 50-50 consistent at best with the lineup we use, and it takes forever. I've thrown like countless runs, and like other runners have thrown even more to this stupid level. Also, there's this trick which uses the invincibility we got earlier, and we're at the end of the level. That's all you need to know. It's very complicated. I don't even know how it works. I don't think anyone could explain it fast enough. Hopefully we get this first try. And we did! Let's go. Oh. What? Okay, that's weird. I've never had that happen before. I was like partially inside of the elevator. That's fun.
Tragedy plus time.
And this map's just kind of fun to watch.
So I guess it's actually pretty
I've literally never seen anyone do that or had that happen to me. That is crazy. This map, like, I feel like this is one of the few maps where you can kind of see what's happening and understand it. And then here, normally you're supposed to activate a platform here, but we're speedrunners. We don't need the extra space. We can just strafe up there.
I honestly think works out best for one of both of us.
Alright, and I made this joke before, but I'll make it again. It's very not funny. But guys, I think there's something wrong with my marathon. There's just gotta be at least one person in chat that gets the joke. There's this guy named Kersey Howe, and he's in the community, and he makes
Things objectively. See what
very complicated memes about this level, and he always calls them like, guys, I think there's something wrong with my test chamber. And
I've got a surprise
I don't know.
for you after this next
I don't know why I made that joke or why I explained it.
It looks like a couple people in chat got you.
Surprise. With tragic
And here we can use some portals
going on.
to get into this room where we're supposed to.
Buddy, speaking in an
And
accent,
see this wall will open.
age of hearing. I know I'm...
Saves like 3 seconds, but it is much cooler.
Okay, quick recap.
And it's pretty easy.
Alright, that's what's happening now. We're escaping.
And now we're about to enter chapter 5, and this chapter is just a lot of movement.
Shut down. Her
The
turret.
irony.
And here's like a good example of that thing. I have to intentionally slow down there and here to make these turns, which is annoying, but eh.
Come on!
This map's called Escape, and guess what we're doing?
What's going on in there? You okay? Quick, this way, this way.
Yeah, this map's I love the music in this map, how it just like suddenly appears and then disappears. It's very weird. Like, oh, it's gone, and now it's a new song. Look at it. Yeah, oh, I bonked that weird piece of junk there. So now we're entering chapter 5, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a console command to turn the brightness up, and I know the game looks like 10 times uglier. But this will let us see this section better, because we skip a cutscene where Wheatley turns on like a flashlight, and we kind of need that to see here, so that's why we use the command. No, it's not cheating. So yeah, this is the cutscene that we skip. We can just hop on top of Wheatley, and I missed the jump, so that's fun. And yeah, this map again is like very fun movement.
It's dark down here, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say that the old caretaker of this place went
I think I got a bad panel cycle here. Yeah, I definitely did now because of that bomb.
robots.
There are these panels here in a second. What I got is called Baster Cycle, and it's very, very stupid. So I gotta wait for this panel, and wait for this panel,
Nobody knows.
and it's annoying.
Isn't it?
So, it's my fault though, I should have b-hopped better. Here I'm gonna do a strat called Big Z, because, okay, I'll give it one try.
Of himself.
I got Big Z, let's go. That's that really hard jump. It's very inconsistent, and it saves like 0.5. But it's called Big Z. I'm not gonna pass a chance to talk about a trick named Big Z. Here we just portal to the ending here. And that was Turret Factory, and now we're going into Turret Sabotage. I'll go for it, screw it. I'm going for a trick called Conveyor Skip. And it's this very hard jump here. And I don't know why I did it. Okay, I did it. And that skips having to do those conveyors. It's pretty hard, but it gets consistent. I don't normally do it, but I'm in a marathon, so might as well make it entertaining. Yeah, normally here we're supposed to grab a defective turret and place it into there, but there's these two painfully slow cutscenes that happen when we do that. So what we're gonna do is that the trick we did in the first chapter where we shoot through the door, and I'm using the numbers in the top left to line this up, and we got it. And yeah, we can just shoot through the door there, and that skips like a pretty significant cutscene, and it also removes the RNG of having to wait for the turrets. Portal 2 is like kind of awesome. There's like barely any RNG.
That did not end well. And 40 potato batteries. Embarrassing.
And right here, Wheatley can really screw you up. You can get caught on him.
Daily science, really.
But hopefully I B-hop good enough.
Don't worry, I'm absolutely.
Okay, I barely didn't get stuck on him. He can be really annoying there.
He can't use it.
This is one of my favorite maps in the entire run coming up here. It's called Neurotoxin Sabotage, and it's just very fun movement in my opinion.
I knew we were going the right way.
And it's actually cycle based, so
Generator. Bit bigger than I expected.
I'm probably gonna get
Push it over.
just the normal cycle that I get.
There's some sort of control room.
But there's a okay. Well, don't hit me with copium, but I swear I did just have a lag spike there. I think I'm just gonna get the normal cycle now, not anything slower than normal. We can shoot through this door there, because you can just shoot portals through it. Yeah, actually, I got a pretty slow cycle. Fun.
Hold on, something's wrong.
Oh, I missed switching the pipe over. This is so slow. It's all good.
Carry on. That did it. Neurotoxin.
Yeah, we're just chilling here. This is another cutscene. There is a very hard individual level strat. Skip this cutscene where you use this chair and you can like climb up and jump into that portal. It's very hard to do, but I don't think that's ever gonna get implemented in the full game, or at least not in the near future. This map is a cutscene map. It's called Two Bride, and it's a Two Bride. Behind us is Glowy Cube. Say hi to Glowy Cube. It's a cube and it glows. It's pretty cool. Yeah, not much to say about this.
Not fun at all.
Pretty boring. This is actually like where all the cutscenes in the game happen. There's this map, and then the next map is like slightly gameplay, slightly cutscenes, and then after that is more cutscenes. Yay. But this one's not too long.
Look on her face. No neurotoxin, no turret. She'll never know.
Hurry up. Yeah, and also in RTA, or not in RTA runs, in PB attempts, we also use command to skip this cutscene. That just adds the time back. Yep, Slime Diamond's talking about it. Yeah. Finally, we're back to gameplay. And now we're back to cutscenes.
I honestly.
Yeah, Gladys pranks us with that door.
In fact, I devised a much more elaborate trap further ahead for when you got through this easy one.
Yeah.
If I'd known you let yourself
Hey Gladys, who's your favorite Portal 2 speedrunner?
dangled a turkey on a rope.
That's me! Oh my goodness, thanks for the shout out, Gladys.
It was nice.
I always make that joke.
Let's get to
It's
business.
getting old, but
I hope you brought something stronger than a portal gun this time.
you can't stop me.
So I'm afraid you're about to become the
Yeah, nothing much to do here.
being alive club. Oh, seriously though. Goodbye.
It's my big chance. This is trouble. Not again. Here comes that.
Thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed my joke.
This ain't.
You were busy.
Here, Wheatley's gonna fall through a tube, and hopefully I can juggle him. So,
This room and glare at each other until
I'm
some
gonna juggle him on my head. You know what,
idea. It's your old friend. Dead.
I'm gonna do,
If
I'm gonna actually
deep breath.
juggle in a second, because I have literally nothing else to do. I'm coming up with this on the spot. I did this yesterday in a VC actually. Like, this is literally just a cutscene. I have nothing else to do. Well, here I'm gonna plug Wheatley in, then I'm gonna hop through here, and then I'll juggle. Because we still gotta
Oh, that's me they're talking.
play.
To initiate a core transfer
Don't you hate playing games?
core in receptacle.
I hate playing games.
Would while you're juggling be a good time to talk for a moment?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. So we haven't had any more donations come in, but I did just want to hop in and remind everyone that we do have an incentive for the run following this one, for Agelos to kill the Dark Rat, and we are just over halfway on that at a 56 out of 100. If anyone could feel, or I don't want to say feel free, but if anyone would be able to pitch a couple dollars that way. And I just wanted to say that if you were able to donate $10, what Save the Children can do with that is provide a high nutrient peanut paste to a malnourished child for 10 whole days, giving them nutrition to hopefully become a little more stable, healthy, and able to produce the nutrients their body needs on their own once they stop taking the peanut paste.
Okay, it's juggling time. I have nothing else to do. Is my camera picking it up?
We did it! I'm in control of the whole facility now.
Alright.
Look at this excellent juggling.
Bad, giant robot, massive. It's not just me, right? I am bloody massive, aren't I? Oh, right, yeah, the escape lift. I'll call it down. There we go.
And back to
Look, house. Let me
more cutscenes. Yay.
to be in charge of everything.
Alright.
And check this out. I'm a bloody genius now.
Thank you. I'm pretty I'm proud of myself for not. Oh, my mic's kind of far away.
Sorry, forget it.
I'm proud of myself for not messing that up. And also, we're doing a huge skip here. We just skipped that entire cutscene, and I got hole in one. This is like a really long cutscene. Yeah, that's called hole in one, where I make it through there without touching the ground, and it's a very hard trick to do, and I'm glad I got it. It only saves like a second, but it's cool. Okay, I had to clap. Oh, I forgot there were 3, because again, we skip this normally, but yeah, we kind of skipped her turning into a potato, but Wheatley betrayed us, and now she's a potato. There's literally nothing to do here. We're just stuck. We cannot skip this. I imagine there's some way to skip this, but like how? It's like there's probably not a way to skip this. It's too late for me to juggle now because the cutscene's almost over. What else can I do? I can really have anything else to do. I'll explain the plot hole here. She's asking us to put her in our long fall boots, but we don't, and then we hit this wood and we haven't put her in there, so like what's gonna happen to her? Is she gonna become a potato salad? And at the start of this level, she's just perfectly fine over there. Well, there's a bird eating her alive, but as fine as you can be. Yeah, back to gameplay. This map's really fun. It's called Underground. Just some portal in. Alrighty, and here we can do a shot down there. Skip having to walk all the way down there. Just nice, save some time. And then shoot some portals, hit some buttons, and back to another cutscene. I promise this is the last major cutscene, though. Just waiting for this vault to open. Oh crap. Okay, never mind. I was trying to do a funny thing. There's an invisible wall you can stand on up there. But yeah, there's another invisible wall here. Well, it's not invisible, it's just pitch black. Normally you can't see it. Finally, we're done with that level. And on to Cave Johnson. And guess what character we hear in this map? Nobody. We skipped the Cave Johnson portion of the level named Cave Johnson. Here we do a trick called the cliff shot. We shoot on the cliff. Pretty self-explanatory. And then we do another portal stand. And then do a thing called scripted momentum abuse and go, aw, dang it, I missed it. Bam, we just fling across the entire level, do this jump here, and we're at the end. That fling, I'm not even entirely sure how it works. The game, there's a trigger there that gives you speed, and we also did a reportal, which gives us even more speed, and we get enough speed to land on that pipe, and then hold the key to boost us on top of the railing there into the elevator. This map's called Repulsion Intro, and that is the only time we use the repulsion gel. It's the original bounce. Wait, no, we use it in the second part. Never mind. There we do a seam shot. We shoot a very small gap between two seams and skip this part. And here we just use some tricky portals to gain some height, get up here, and then we can just hop over here to grab this cube and put it on the button. Sick. And that is that level. Just some very tricky portals and that seam shot.
Covered in that repulsion gel. Here's some advice the lab boys gave me.
Run is going pretty good. This is fun fact, we have a category extension called Marathon Percent, and I'm second place, and I'm shooting for first place actually. I swear that's not the only reason I'm here, but just to get first place in it. But I think this is actually paced to get first place right now. The world record is by Sushi, and it's a 101, and I feel like this might beat it. So here I'm going to explain something called view snapping. So view snapping is where you set your sensitivity to a really precise value that's high. And the way I'll explain it is that my sensitivity right now is 2.3, and whenever I turn, it looks like I'm making a smooth turn, but it's actually a bunch of really tiny, very small snaps. And if we set our sensitivity to like 1,000, then it'll look like that whenever we turn. And then if we set it to like very precise predetermined numbers and move our mouse like a single DPI snap, then we can go to the exact angle we need to be at and line up for that seam shot. I hope that explanation kind of made sense. It's kind of hard to describe, and it's practically aimbotting. And I used it in the first chapter. It's not cheating, technically. It's dumb though. Unevent special safety door. And I said I'd explain it later, and I just did. Yeah. So, there are 9 chapters in this game, and this is the final level of the 6th chapter, so we are around 2/3 done with the game. I think the first few chapters are a bit longer. And also, sorry to put you on the spot, but what is the timer at right now? I have the stream minimized.
You're all good. Timer's at 42:23-ish.
Yeah, so, I'd say this one's probably gonna be like a 1:0, no longer than a 1:03, I'd say. Some bad bee hopping. We can do some tricky portal stuff to skip grabbing potatoes in the map called potatoes there. Fling into the elevator. And that is chapter 6. So hopefully here I can hit a trick. It'll look really cool if I do it fast.
The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your $60. Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir, Mr.
Aw, I missed it. Dang. There we can use reportal to get speed boost here, but instead I'll do the super reportal and backup route. To just fling over here like this. Again, that's me getting stuck next to a portal, and then reshooting a ton to stack up the reportals.
Hey, listen up down there. That thing's
Yeah.
an elevator.
So that, normally what I can do there is I can just do some nice bee hopping and just do a single jump there, but fortunately I did not get it. This map, has a unique glitch to it. I call it the gel scroll. I don't think there's an official name for it. But here basically we can spam our scroll wheel as our jump key and then just get a bunch of jumps and stack them all up on that single piece of blue gel.
Again, all you gotta do is
And we can just get like 15 jumps at once and just fling across the level. Don't have to do any puzzles.
Reassembly. New bike.
And this next map has the super reportal trick, but we're doing 13 of them, and it skips Cave Johnson's lemon rant. So that famous rant that we are, unfortunately, if you were waiting for that, we are not gonna hear that today. Granted, I get the skip. It's very precise. It's like precise down to 0.1 in game units. Hopefully I can do it.
Do I know this woman? Did I kill her?
Realize $60 isn't enough.
Oh my god.
So don't go spending it all.
You're doing a great job. Can you handle
And I got it. Let's go. And you'll see me just right now. I'll just fling up right onto this catwalk near the end of the level. This is a crazy skip. And nice. And now we can just...
Oh, God.
Sorry. No, you talk. I don't have anything to say.
Okay, I was gonna say, in celebration of that skip, we just got a nice donation that I was gonna read off from a, I'm only gonna say the first name because I think it's like a real name, but from a page, and it's for $60, and it says, Sub-Hour Bird, also known as Turkey, is a majestic and impressive fowl that does incredible things with their computer. This donation is from the Portal 2 speedrunning community, and it is to support their run. Thank you so much, Paige, for the wonderful donation. And with that donation, we've actually hit our incentive goal for Agelos to kill the Dark Rat. And they did not put it towards picking Spyro's color, so Blue is still in the lead there with $21. Thank you again, Paige.
Yeah, thank you, Paige. Here I'm doing a very precise setup. It's another Super A portal. They're like not that many. They're all in this chapter for some reason. Okay, I got it. That was very close. It almost didn't work. And what that donation was referring to is I got sub-hour, which is a pretty big barrier in this game, like a month ago.
I plan to go confront an omnipotent power man.
Yeah, Paige is also false one in chat.
Marginally.
And I do that silly little jump into the elevator. Yeah, now we're on the 8th chapter. In this chapter, we literally fly. If you thought the speedrun was crazy so far, we are literally gonna do a flying glitch. Well, there's no funnels in this map, so there's no... I found this... Okay, to elaborate on what turkey skip is, in the previous map, I found a really silly way to clip through the elevator, and it loses time, and I called it turkey skip. And it's stupid. I kind of regret not doing it now, because now you guys will never know what turkey skip is. This is test cube throw. This map's called test, and we do a cube throw there. We throw it onto the button. Normally Wheatley blocks the door with the panel there, but since we're right next to the door, whenever the cube lands, he can't block it in time, and we can go through the door without having to sit through that like 45-second long cutscene, which is very nice.
So you're gonna test, and I'm gonna watch. Everything is gonna be just.
And there is a way to skip that elevator, but it's like entirely RNG, and it's like a 1 in 20 chance, and it loses like 5 seconds if you don't get it, so it's not really worth it. Here I can... Oh, I missed it. Okay, I'm not going through it. Normally if I b-hop fast enough there, I can smash into Wheatley's monitor, and he plays a little dialogue. And fun fact, if I do it too fast, I can actually and soft lock the game.
Okay, new tests, new.
Here we do a very tiny dialogue skip.
Somewhere. Oh, here we go.
Oh, and I missed it. But
Idea didn't work. And
if we enter the door there, we can... It's kind of like the map where I first got the portal gun, where I walked off and it interrupted the dialogue. You can do that.
stay alive long enough to find him.
So this is where we get the fly glitch here. So, there's these funnels, and whenever you enter a funnel, the game has a counter of how many times you're in the funnel. So whenever you're not in one, it's 0, and then whenever you enter one, it turns to 1. But then if you crouch inside of the 1, it increments that as another 1. So you get 2. You get 2, the game's like, oh, you're in 2 funnels. And then whenever you walk out of it, it's like, oh, that's really embarrassing. It's like, oh, you left the funnel. So it removes one, but you still have one funnel value. So you get to keep the 0 gravity, and it actually transitions through levels. So basically, now I can fly throughout this chapter. Like, right now if I jump, I am flying.
I know we're in a lot of trouble and probably
And it's very useful for these levels. Oh, and yeah, Wheatley invented those Franken turrets, and they're actually like mildly annoying because they can get stuck inside of walls because their hitbox is very broken.
Don't start yet. Don't start.
It's not really that big of a difference. So yeah, there's this huge gap here, so we're gonna just fly across, as the developers intended. We can hit this, but the cube doesn't fall through until the chamber stops moving. I just line up this shot, grab the cube, throw it so the hitbox is rotated in a proper way, and hit the button up there by throwing it. There was a button up there, and I did a tiny little dialogue skip there, and that was very clean. I'm happy with how I did on that level.
it's probably nothing. Keep testing while I look for a way out.
And this is the last level. With this fly, we literally just jump to the ending. Like, that is the entire level.
Why can't you solve a simple test?
I might have pushed that.
But we will get it back again, so that is nice. We don't get it in this level, but the next, no, 2 levels after this. Here we do a great shot. It's great. You shoot on a grate. Oh crap, I lost air control and I just went flying into the void. That is fun. We can grab this cube and then do a nice little cube throw there. I missed it. Yeah, that's that level.
That was nothing.
But yeah, you can, like, I hate how long it took me to understand that pun that you just made.
It can get a little unbearable.
But yeah, you literally, I am flying through these.
It didn't matter to me.
This elevator goes really slow for some reason. This map's called Stop the Box, and instead of stopping it, we're going to intercept it while it flies through here. Grab it. I mean, I kind of stopped it. I like to think of it as like we're just kidnapping this guy. He was like, I don't know what I'm saying. We solved the level.
You solved it, but I'm wondering if maybe there's another
Just yoinked him.
and you're picking all the worst ways. No, that worked. What am I missing?
We'll finally get the fly glitch back in this level. This level is actually capped if I do it properly. Yeah, it is harder when you're not literally invincible.
I'm gonna tape you solving these, and then
So here we can enter this funnel, crouch, uncrouch, and now we're flying.
related note, I am
And
solve these 10 times as
hop into this, get sloped downward off of that pipe,
alright? I don't want to spoil the ending for when I watch it later.
and I got it fast enough to where it was capped.
Specifically designed to make bad decisions, because I think he's decided not to maintain any of the crucial functions required to keep this facility from exploding.
But yeah, I now can fly, and it's actually literally very simple. You literally just walk into a funnel, then crouch, and then uncrouch, and that is the entire glitch. And you, it was discovered day 1 of the game releasing.
Alright, still nothing.
Oh, that was right. We can place this cube inside the portal, which slants the cube in a certain way that like angles it upwards, and it hits the laser receiver there, and it's kind of wonky, but it's really cool. Here we can just hop on this invisible floor, and we're done with the level. Yeah, because the main thing that saves time in that level with the funnel is, like, the normal funnels, they go incredibly slowly. Like, look at this cube, like, so slow. So with flying, we can strafe to the side of it and go super fast. And again, we're just flying to the ending here. If you go too fast there, you can soft lock, and I did that on one of my runs, and it would have been like a 59:59 sub hour, but it did not because of that, and it was very sad.
You two are gonna love this big surprise.
It was a pretty bad run anyway, so I don't really care.
You're going to love it to death.
And yeah, we didn't keep the fly in this level because it's faster for the start of the next level, and we get fly anyways in this level.
You're picking up on what I'm saying there, but
Thanks, we get it.
This is the final level of Chapter 8, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep this fly, and we're gonna preserve it all the way up until the last level, because we can, like, Chapter 9 is called, the part where he kills you, and, well, Wheatley has a lot of traps that he tries to kill us with, and, we can fly. If we have fly, then we can skip them very easily, and it's, like, 10 times faster. Yeah, now he's got, fly, and we're going into the 9th chapter.
Test withdrawal. And he's got a surprise for us.
Alright.
Find back there.
So, like, here's an example of what I mean.
to know what your big surprise.
It's in a second.
Only 2 more chambers.
Like, this fly is like, the world record would be like a 120 if this didn't exist. Right now, we can just, oh yeah, I hit like an invisible little tiny part of that wall, so I could not just go flying upwards into the ceiling. But yeah, we can skip all this, and these, like, there's a funnel that activates here that is like extremely slow, and we have to wait like 10 years. And here we can, Wheatley's monitor is slightly sloped, so we can just bonk off of it, go downwards, and land on this railing, which is nice.
Okay, look, I've decided I'm not gonna.
And then here, again, this is sloped. We can get, slip downwards and land on this railing. And
I've got an idea.
just go to the side of this trap. We can slightly go through his traps. Yeah, again, there's this entire moving thing, and
Don't mind me.
we can just go through it. And there are 3 levels left. This is one of them, so like there are 2 after this. That makes sense. Yeah, slip down on this, land on this railing. That's close. Okay, I made it. Hopefully here I can barely avoid this pipe. That is scary.
Did something break back there?
And shoot a portal here. Slightly go faster to the ending. This is the second to last level. And this is the final map where we have the fly. We lose it at the very end of this level.
Year 2, cryogenic refrigeration.
And oh, I bonked that. I didn't get slow fly though. Those doors are very weird. Whenever you press up against them, they can send you like slightly upwards, and this game's very weird, and it will make you go super slow if you're going up with the fly until you stop going up, like this. And here we can just touch this funnel to get rid of it. And we're on to the final level. Crud.
Corrupted cores, we're in luck.
May I ask, what is the timer at right now?
And then you attach it to
You can absolutely ask. The timer is at 57:53-ish.
enemies we're in.
Okay, so this is gonna be around a 102, I think.
You like revenge, right? Everybody likes revenge.
So yeah, that beats my previous PB. Granted, I don't, like, completely screw up this boss fight. But yeah, right now, we just have a huge cutscene. Do you have any donations?
In about 6 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's a.
No new ones have come in just yet, but that's alright. I'm sure people are waiting until the end to celebrate with you.
Let's call that.
But yeah, we literally just had nothing to do here, and just do some bee hopping around here.
So anyway, that's the itinerary. Also, I took the liberty of watching the tapes of you killing her, and I'm not going to make the same mistake.
Yeah, thank you guys for
One,
watching this.
portal service.
I'll explain what we're doing here. Is Wheatley's gonna throw a bomb at this and it's gonna spread gel everywhere. And what he does is he throws bombs at us, but if we use portals in a tricky way, we can actually start juggling those bombs, and we can keep them so he doesn't shoot us.
In 5 minutes.
So yeah, you'll see it in a second. This is kind of hard to do, but it looks really cool whenever you do it properly.
Because you just fell into my trap. Just said, I wanted you to...
Yeah, we can just keep his bombs and just keep them going through the portal so we can shoot them back at him earlier. Here we can grab this core. Grab him, put him onto Wheatley. And this is where the juggling becomes useful. Hopefully I don't get bad ending here. If you throw the bomb at him slightly too late, you get a thing called bad ending, and Wheatley starts throwing bombs at you whenever he's like disabled right now, but I didn't get it, so that is good. Oh crap.
Warning. Core corruption at 75%. Reactor explosion.
So yeah, just straighten this out and we can throw the final bomb back at him.
Preemption protocol initiated. This facility will self-destruct. in
Okay,
2 minutes.
that's slightly close. Okay, I got him. I got a good cycle.
So we did get another donation that came in. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's a good time. Right now it's a cutscene.
Okay.
Core corruption at 100%.
It's from Alpha Delta Mike. It is a $10 donation, and it says, turkey is the optimal protein.
Substitute core.
Okay, that's so mean. Why would you say that? So yeah, timing is gonna end whenever I shoot the moon. But here we can do a glitch to shoot the moon early.
Detected in the stalemate resolution.
If I do this properly. So I'll call time. If I hit it, I'll reload to save if I don't actually, because it saves like 10 seconds.
Stalemate resolution associated. Please press the stalemate resolution button.
Time. Oh, and that was a 10008 in game time. So that is like really good. That's like my third best time. Yeah.
It says 101.12.
Oh, I think that's first place actually. So that's nice. First place marathon percent, not world record in the actual run, but yeah.
Still.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, this ending cutscene is kind of broken since we shot the moon early. And yeah. Thank you guys for having me so much. The rest is just cutscenes. The game's over. Yeah. Yeah, that was a record by 8 seconds in the marathon. Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. GG, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, it's kind of weird to ask this. Has the game switched over? Or is it still? Oh, it is still. You can switch it back. Because right now it's...
Enemy. When all along you were my
Do you have anything you want to say before we cut away here?
If you want to learn how to speedrun Portal 2, we have a Discord server, discord.gg/p2sr. That's really all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching.
deleting Carolyn.
All right. Thank you so much.
Lesson.
Yep.
The best.
All right. That was an amazing run. We got a nice record there on a marathon percent from Turkey. Great way to have that one turn out. So coming up next, we're going to be doing the Agelos 100% glitchless run, and we are going to be killing the Dark Rat. Whatever that means, we're going to find out together. I hope you guys are excited as we are. All right, so while we hang out and wait along for the next run here, we'll go ahead, we'll talk about Save the Children just a little bit more. I know you guys hearing about it a lot, but they're really a great charity, and we're so glad to be able to help them out with what they do. So let's go ahead and we've talked about what $1 does, we've talked about what $10 does. What about $30? Well, $30 can buy malaria pills for 50 children. Or they can use it instead to secure healthcare, safe shelter, and legal services for a survivor of gender-based violence. Again, just great, awesome things that Save the Children is able to do for all of the children around the world, be they male or female or something in between. We don't discriminate, but Save the Children's able to help all of them, and we're all pitching in. And I'm getting word that we're just about ready for the game, so hang tight, everybody. If you want to run real quick, refill your water, grab a snack, because you're not going to want to miss this next run.